As you guys know, I'm a huge fan of understanding human behaviors to whatever type of responses we're looking at. In this case, we're going to look at the law enforcement response to that common grab control. Will's a maybe person, maybe is a cooperative person, and I need to put my hands on him because I got to put him into custody. And if I go to some sort of grab control, once I go to grab control, I should be playing 3 or 4 responses of the subject in my head. I know if I go to grab control and tell him he's under arrest, and he doesn't pull away or fight, I can just start to walk him into custody, okay? Super common response, probably the most common out of everyone, is when we grab a hold of them, tell them they're under arrest, they allow us to arrest them, and they're cooperative, okay? Another thing that we can look at is if I go to grab control, another response is Will actually becomes actively combative and maybe starts to punch, and I got to cover and crash and go into a different set of problem solving, okay? But the overwhelming amount of times when he resists, it's not actively combative, it's actively resisting. And what I mean by that is he's not trying to hurt me, he's not trying to punch me or hit me, he's just simply trying to get away or tighten up and not get into custody. So I want to talk about that. Because if I go to grab control on Will, and I know one of the most common responses is that Will's just going to pull away. So as Will pulls away, he's making this inside leg light, okay? He's pulling away. I should be already in my head thinking if he pulls away as a response, my easiest takedown is going to what we call snatch single in wrestling, okay? Now, if we're wrestling and I get to a snatch, Will throws in this overhook and he tries to put weight on this leg because he doesn't want me to drive him and make that leg light. That's how I'm going to have an effective single leg takedown from there. But in the human behavior response of fleeing or resisting or dipping, okay, and I go to grab on Will and he pulls, he makes this leg light. So he's assisting me in my takedown if I understand what his human behavior is in a certain action, and now I can attack that. So as he pulls away, I'm still going to use my head upright in his chest to break his posture and drive to make this leg light, but he's already making it light for me, which you would never really do in a wrestling sport type setting because he doesn't want me to get in and make that leg light. So he's going to be fighting on that leg, moving that leg, but if he's just trying to dip or flee, he makes it light. So I need to use that opportunity to get deep into this snatch single. We're going to actually pull it up and hold it like a football. So I grab a hold of him, and in slow motion, he starts to pull. You can start to see he transfers his weight to that leg. My head follows. I bring the leg up, and I hold it high. Now I have a whole series of takedowns here that I can utilize, okay? A little bit faster, and I'm not going to explain. I'm just going to kind of demo it this time. I'll go grab control. Will's going to pull away. I'm just going to go right into that snatch single. We're utilizing his human behavior of fleeing or attempting to get away to actually make our takedown easier if we have that forethought of what he's going to respond to. So I go grab control. He pulls. There's my drive, and there's my single leg. It's high. I'm not low where he can start to put weight back down on there, be athletic, and pull out. Okay, I'm going to attack right by the calf. I'm going to zip tie out behind the ankle like I'm holding a football. Now I have a series of takedowns, and I can go to multiple different finishes from here. It's just going to probably depend on what his level of resistance is of which takedowns I go to or which way he's moving, and we can cover those in a different block.